What's up? This is Gardy. I'm at Lagoonfest, Texas, here in Texas City. I'm filling in for Uri on the Uri Man Show, the Uri Man podcast. I have a guest here at the Lagoon. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to find out everything she has going on. What's up?
What's up, you guys? My name's Sadie Bass. I'm from Michigan, and this is my second time here in Texas now, so.
All right. So you've never been to Texas City, I assume, right?
No, never been here.
Okay. What do you think of Texas City and I guess Texas in general so far?
I like it so far. We haven't been here long, but so far so good. And this spot that we're at is awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me a little bit about growing up. You're from Michigan. Are you a football fan? And what did you do, growing up?
You know, my school was pretty small, so we were really into the outdoors. We did hunting, we did fishing, but I was really into sports. I did volleyball and basketball and softball, and that was kind of my first love. And then when I got into college and was thinking about what I actually wanted to do, that's when I ended up quitting for music and putting the softball scholarship to the side to do this. And I'm glad that I did, because now at 27, I didn't know at the time things have gotten better.
Yeah. What was the reaction from your family and friends having a scholarship? I mean, that's a big deal. It's really cool. What did they say? Were they supportive?
They were supportive, but they knew that I didn't really have a plan with music when I first started. And my mom was like, dude, if you're going to quit school, like, that is so dumb. Like, you can't live here, so I ended up moving like an hour away and getting a job and a couple, different steps I had to take to get to this spot. But they let me do my thing, but they did say, girl, like, if I was you, I'd stay in school.
Right. Has there ever been any regrets, or like maybe I'll go back and finish it one day, or just like, hey, let's do this right now?
At that time, no, but looking back, it would have helped me a lot to go for like business or something, anything that could have helped me with what I'm doing now,
Right.
Social media maybe, or like editing, anything.
Being an artist, you are the business, right? How does that feel?
Good. There's a lot of hats that go to it, but slowly and surely we get new people that help us in our team. So
yeah. Can we talk a little bit about, I guess, the hunting and fishing aspect and what kind of things you enjoy doing with that?
I think it's just like a slower pace of life, honestly. Like being out in the woods for a couple hours, it just is like so soothing. And same thing with fishing. My dad was always a better fisher than me, but anything outside that's like you're with somebody and you have some sort of memory you make, whether you get fish, get no fish, get a deer, don't get a deer. It's just like really fun to try, honestly.
Yeah. I grew up fishing, but here on the Gulf Coast. So yeah, I'm guessing it's a little bit different. What kind of stuff were y'all looking for, I guess, hunting or even fishing out there?
Well, in Michigan, I always say I like it best because there's not any scary animals. Our water's all clear. We're good. You don't have to worry about where you jump in. For deer, like we do whitetail, there's turkey, duck, everything. But we don't have alligators to worry about. We don't even have that many snakes to worry about. No scary insects. So Michigan's the best place to mess around outside.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to tie this in because here at the Lagoon, it's 24 million gallons of water, over 12 acres. But we have the beach, right down the street. But you don't have to worry about, hey, there's sharks. There's like the scary jellyfish or whatever. So it's just a little bit different. Kind of relates to me, at least.
Yeah, thank God, because I don't mess with sharks either. I'm a lake girl, so no, heck no.
Yeah, so growing up, singing, did you always realize you were talented? Did you sing around people, or did they tell you that?
No, I didn't really sing around people. Around my mom a lot at like church, and my friends here and there would tell me I was good, but I was so stage fright that just even the idea or thought of actually singing and trying in front of people was scary. But my mom was always on my case about it. She was like, I think you're so good. I'm like, you're my freaking mom. Like, some people's moms say they're good and they suck. So I didn't know whether to trust her, and I like hated that she brought it up all the time. But I told her a big sorry like I think it was 2 years ago when I did The Voice, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I was so mean to you. Thanks for like pushing me to do it.
Yeah. Can you explain that? I mean, that's one big TV thing, but I think you've done other TV programs as well. Can we talk about The Voice for a little bit? How did that process go? Was it like it looks on the TV, or is there a lot that goes behind the scenes?
A ton that goes behind the scenes. When I got email, which was people from The Voice asking me to audition, I was shocked, but I was waitressing at a place in Nashville at the time, a breakfast joint. And I had gotten the email and I didn't think anything of it. I thought, I'm not Adele. There's no way I can go on The Voice and do well. I didn't even know if I was just a songwriter at that point or a singer. But yeah, I had gotten the email, submitted these videos, and it was also terrible to do, by the way, because like I said, I was so nervous. But I did these videos and ended up getting flown out to LA, and I was there for literally 3 months, and it was COVID time too, so we couldn't hang out with each other. We got swabbed all the time. It was really interesting, but it was a really cool experience because ever since then, nothing has been like scarier than that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, phew, okay, you know, like what could be worse than that? That was not scary.
You know, and I was going to ask, is that reaching out to you, is that normal, or is that due to COVID, or how does that feel to have somebody reach out to you and say, hey, you know, come and do this?
You know, I think a lot of the shows that I've gotten did come to me through like my email and stuff, but especially The Voice, I just thought, I don't know, I just didn't believe that I actually had a chance to get on. So the fact that I got on and then even made it as far as I did, I was like, I'll take it, you know?
Yeah. You know, from the first episode that you're on, do you see that automatic blow up on social media, or does that, you know, happen in phases?
Oh, and you definitely, each episode that you make, you get more and more followers on social media presence. More people are hearing your stuff, but I'd only made it to battles. So my first initial episode, I think I probably gained 20,000 followers. And then my second one was Montage, so that was it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, was it easy to stay humble, or is that something to be like, yeah, I got 20,000 extra followers on social media?
Dude, I don't know how anybody else feels, but I was like, again, just lucky to even be there. So yeah, like I was, I still feel like that way, you know, I'm just lucky to be here. So I did say humble is like an understatement for a lot of us artists. Like, you don't know how long you can do this.
Yeah.
You know, how long you'll have this kind of job or this career, really.
Right. You know, reading about you, you said you felt that God called you to, hey, this is my time to pursue this. You mentioned church. Can you talk anything about that, or like how does that relate?
You know, I don't know. I always just had this idea of doing music and in like the back burner of my mind, and I didn't share it with really people. But whenever I got asked what I wanted to do, I just felt like God did want me to do it, but I was honestly too scared to really commit to doing it. And I didn't want to say that I was trying to do it because I was scared that if I didn't do it, it would look like failing, you know? And so that was like the biggest step. And ever since I actually did the leap, which was even singing in front of people, that's when God like really opened doors. He's like, okay, if you're going to do your job, like I'm going to open these doors for you. So yeah, it's just been crazy, but I don't know really how to explain how I knew. I just did.
Right. Is there ever the thought, like, what are people going to think? I'm going to post this, I'm going to go on this show. And how do you get over that?
There still is all the time with every song that I share, you know, every song that I write, if people are going to like it or think it's good or bad, whether we try, you know, different stuff, but you just never know. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing the best I can. That's it.
Yeah. Can we talk a little bit about the other TV programs that you've been involved with, and how did those come about? One was for the Outdoor Channel, one was for Sportsman's Channel, and then that was for hunting, and then there was a fishing one on Discovery, I think. But the very first call I got, I remember I hung up because it was a guy from the Outdoor Channel asking me to come do the show, and I thought that it was a joke, so I hung up and I was like, quit, whatever. And literally he called me back. He's like, I'm not kidding. We actually want you on the show. We want to fly you out, pay for your hunting, this and that. And I was like, okay. And it was all to prove if I could actually hunt or not. And I didn't at the time care if they thought I was like very good. I just wanted to try it out. But yeah, I did a show called Hunting for Lover Likes, 2 seasons, 4 and 5 in Louisiana on the Outdoor Channel. And then the other one was called Bass Watch Hunter. So that was just like fishing for fun. Yeah. If you had to pick one and you're going full time, I'm going to go outdoorsman, let's do all that stuff, or we're pursuing music, and you had to choose, which one would it be? Why?
Outdoors or music?
Yeah.
Oh man, I could see, this is the hard question. I love them both, but I was thinking about this recently. If I were to go and do like hunting, it would be more of a job and it would be less fun, I think, because I kind of did that with music where all the pressure's on and it gets harder. So I'm like, man, if I did that for hunting too, that would almost take away that like peaceful, like safe space for me. So I would probably still choose music.
Music, okay. Let's talk a little bit about your songwriting, I guess the process. What goes into that? It takes a lot of you, right?
Oh, for sure. But that's like my favorite part. It's usually, you know, I've written a lot of songs by myself, but when you go into a co-write, it's like 3 or 4 people in a room and you sit there for 4 hours and you just write the freaking song the best that you can. You guys all toss around ideas. Ooh, yeah, I like that. And then you play guitar a little bit and try to sing it. And then 4 hours later, hopefully you have 2 verses, a chorus, and a bridge.
Yeah, and then keep working it out, I guess, and introduce it to the band or fill out the record or what.
You take it home, mess with it a little bit. You might have to change certain lyrics and everything, and then try it with your band and maybe go and cut it, tease it on social media. There's a lot of steps for sure.
What about picking your band? Was there people that you already had in mind, or you kind of had those professional musicians come in, or?
When I first started, it was just some guys in Michigan that I had met, but I ended up, once I moved and things started happening, finding a new band who could work with different tools that we didn't know how to use at the time. So since I've had the new guys, we've had a lot of really cool stuff on our shows, like cool added sounds.
Okay, so you grew up in Michigan, and then you made the move to Nashville, right? What was that like? I guess the difference from moving there. And actually, I used to live in Nashville for a little bit, but I was surprised how many people from Michigan, they just moved down there. I think for the weather or
Dude,
other
a lot
reasons,
of
right?
Michigan people, probably the weather. Winters are not easy in Michigan. But it was crazy for me because, like I said, my town was so small, and like as far as directions and parking and all that was just totally different and crazy and wild. There's always something to do. It's more, it's so weird having a backyard that's so small versus in Michigan, I could like freaking do whatever I wanted out there. I don't know. And just like the long drives, big, wide open spaces, but there's always something going on. And if you want to be a songwriter, that is a place to be.
The thing that surprised me the most about people from Michigan was their love and hatred for Ohio and the Buckeyes. And then the people that at least that I was around, their language and mouths, I was like, oh my goodness, like, is this normal? Because I'm from Texas and moving up there, but those are the two things.
Oh, the language?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'd say we're assertive, but we're kind of, yeah. So, yeah. Which is not great.
Okay, awesome. So are you looking forward to performing here in Texas at the Lagoon in Texas City?
Yes, tonight is going to be super fun. It's just me and my guitar to open up the show for Chris, and I've got my acoustic guitar, so I'm going to sing a couple songs, and we're going to have ourselves a good time. How
can people follow you on social media and stay up to date with everything, the TV shows and concerts that you have coming up?
I use Instagram the most. It's Sadie Bass __, but I do have Facebook too, Sadie Bass Music, and then TikTok, Sadie Bass, and then my website is sadiebassmusic.com.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, I'm just excited to play tonight. It's going to be such a good time.
We're excited to have you here.
Thank you.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media here at the Lagoon. Go to lagoonfesttexas.com. Stay up to date with everything that's going on.
Big news, Lagoonfest, Texas is coming to Houston again this summer. Lagoonfest, Texas is the largest summer beach event in the Houston area and will bring hundreds of thousands of happy families to Lago Mar. Experience the white sand beaches and crystal clear water that surround the 12-acre Crystal Lagoon. Last year's Lagoonfest, Texas was a huge success that drew over 150,000 visitors from all over the U.S. And this year's summer event will be even bigger and better with bigger beaches, more bars, more concerts, and more fun. All eyes will be on Lagoonfest, Texas this summer, and sponsorships are available now. You have a special opportunity to put your company's name and logo in front of hundreds of thousands of happy beachgoers. Naming rights, strategic logo placement in and around the venue, along with exclusive marketing access to a captive audience, will be included in your sponsorship. This is a great opportunity to be a part of Houston's largest summer event. Please visit lagoonfesttexas.com to learn more about this incredible event.